Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Matt Shiflett with American Made Exotics. Just gonna make another quick video for you. We got two more clutches today, and today is clown pied clutches. The video we did the other day, we had two clutches that were ultra pied clutches. So today's clown pieds, two clutches, both same males. These are two posset girls we raised up. They're 100% het clown, and they're 50% posset pied. It's just animals that look like they had pied markers on her, and we just figured we're better off keeping them and proving the pied out instead of selling them at the price of het clown posset pied. Since they look like they were going to prove out for us, I figured it was worth the gamble. But always cool to see possible hets prove out. And those males really didn't have a ton of females. We have a good handful of clown pied males, so we figured why not. We got the space for them. So let's see what we got from them. Both first time females. So both clutches are going to be from 100% het clown, 50% posset pied combos. We have a spot nose inchy, 100% het clown, 50% posset pied, and then we have a leopard inchy fire, 100% het clown, 50% posset pied. And both these animals just kind of had markers on them that looked like they were going to prove out het pied. So we figured just if we're in doubt, we'll just hold it back and keep it and try to prove it out instead of price it and sell it. It's just the het clown part and the possible het pied. Just don't ever really charge for possible hets. So we had the space and we had the rats. We figured worth just putting them on the shelf and raising them up and proving them out. So hopefully both of them prove out, but I'll be happy with one of them. Let's see what these girls gave us. So here's the first one. This is the inchy spot nose, het clown, 50% posset pied. Looked like she was on a good bit of eggs. Well, let's get her off and see what we're working with here. Get a picture for the records. Alright, let's see what we got here. She's trying to hold on to one of them. Let's sit her to the side to be washed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice can woman, see if they're all good. Let's see if we can't see. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That's good. That's good. So another clutch of all good eggs. And let's take a look here at the locks. A lot of people like to. We'll take a look here at the records. And here we'll take a look at the locks here. A lot of people really just overbreed their males, and as you can tell, all those eggs were perfectly good. We got one lock on 12-1 to start her off. By 12-22 she made it to 10 millimeters. By 117, 19 millimeters. So we went ahead and got a second lock on her. 129 was her second lock. Then the next time we ultrasounded, she had jumped up to 37 millimeters, and we just didn't even bother locking her again. Just over the years of breeding and trial and error. So just over the years of breeding and trial and error, really I found that a lot of times after 30 millimeters the lock just doesn't really count, if that makes sense. I've done clutches where it was split sired. But yeah, when we saw that the follicles were at 37 millimeters the last time that we ultrasounded her, we just didn't bother breeding her again. That's something that I've definitely played with over the years, and I found that it's a very fine line, I think, around 30 millimeters or so, where it just doesn't matter if you lock it again before they ovulate. I remember one year, once I thought that I really mastered how the ultrasound worked, I was like, you know, I'm just going to save my best males, these young males, and I'm going to put them in they're going to breed nothing but girls that are 30 millimeters and try to get that last lock, and dual sired. And obviously this is back when we were just doing a lot of codom stuff, and like that was the game, trying to stack codoms. So without the recessives at play, you know, you would know which male sired it or whatever. And like, yeah, not one of them clutches out of like 180 some clutches was sired by those males that I did after 30 some millimeters. So I really just feel like it's a fine line where you try to get them bred in the 20mm mark, 20 to 25, 28. You know, anything below 30 is what I aim to get that last lock for. And it, you know, that might just be me in my room and the temperatures I keep stuff at, but even girls that I've caught, like maybe it just jumped to 30 some millimeters and I hadn't got a lock on it yet, I hadn't bred it. I end up getting all slugs if I breed her after she's 30 millimeters and never got another lock on it before that. Or the flip side, I started her, maybe I did a lock like in October or November or something, and it was a girl that wasn't building and I kind of just wrote off that she wasn't going to go, and then she jumped up to 30 some millimeters and the only lock she had was like 6 months prior or whatever, and you know, got a couple slugs in it, and I feel like that was why, because she hadn't bred in so long. So that's just what I go by. 2 locks, the majority of my clutches. Very rarely do I have too many that are 3 locks. A lot of my clutches are 1 lock too, and we still get good eggs if you keep them cool. The sperm doesn't die, and it really seems like they can hold on to it for, you know, months. I've got clutches where the last time they bred was in like February, and then come October I still got good eggs from it. So we really watch it because we try not to overbreed our males, and you know, like I said, at a certain point you're breeding it just to breed it, and it's just not even no point. You're still gonna get good eggs. I feel like less is more a lot of times. The less locks and making sure they all count and the males always are well rested. That's just how we do it though. Let's get this one put up. Let's get this one put up and pull the next one and see what we got there. Alright, so let's see what this girl gave us. Well, looks like a good bunch there. Let me get this picture for the records. Alright. That's a good pile for a first time girl. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 eggs. Definitely no complaints about that. Let's see if they're all good though. That one's good. 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 So whole clutch, good eggs, 10 good eggs. I'll take it. Alright, so another thing that I didn't touch on, that we always do, and I haven't got it on camera yet, is once they lay, it's always good to take your fingers and just kind of lightly rub down the belly. And you know, it's usually concave like that. She just got all those eggs out, exerted all that energy to making them eggs, so she's lost some body weight. But it's always good to run your fingers down and make sure there's not a stuck egg or a slug or something. It's not super common, but it does happen where they'll drop a whole good clutch like this, 10 eggs, and there'll be one that's just hung up in there. So just for her safety, I always run my fingers down and just check and make sure nothing's stuck. She's totally empty now, and we're gonna wash her off, and we're gonna wash her tub, and we're gonna hopefully get her right back on feed this coming feed day. So we'll get these all squared up. That's why I like to go with these bigger boxes, the 12 quarts. Plenty of room to work with on these girls that give you these decent sized clutches. Let's see, 10 eggs, and it still fits just fine. Plenty of space around it. It's got some loose ones, so I like to throw my straws in. And basically this just keeps those loose ones from rolling. Alright. And that's another one. Alright, so since we were trying to go over how often we pair, and that less is more and stuff like that, let's take a look at this girl's card too. Her first lock was on 11:30, and we write that down, clown pied. We did do another tick on 12-1, just whoever was checking locks. We always do a tick if it's the same male. They just did notice that it was the same pairing. Obviously he stayed locked for a couple days, but then she jumped up to 13 millimeters on 12-22 there, and then nothing, we didn't do anything. By 117 she jumped up to 29 millimeters, and like I said, you know, that's my line. So I got that male in there that day. Another clown pied lock on 118 right after we ultrasounded, and then it looks like that was it, and that's all we did on her, and 10 good eggs. So you just don't have to lock them up 6 or 7 times to get good eggs. Alright, so one more. 9. Which we're having a very slow, late start this year. We're about a month behind of what we normally are, but I'd much rather see it late than come not at all. So hopefully we'll get this thing full and babies start coming out soon, and we can update y'all then. But thanks for watching. Hope y'all learned something.